What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. As you guys know, Nigerian president launched a new campaign called Change Begins With Me, and boy, I was so excited. It's not exciting, you know, because it really has to begin with him, if you know what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, these are just my recommendations, starting with Mr. President, of course, on how we can lead this change. You know, change begins with me. It's okay, you can thank me later. Boy, I give so many free advice on this show, you know, but what can we do? Number one, Mr. President, in case you're watching me live and direct, sell those private jets like you promised. Will you sell those jets? I don't know why we need 10 private jets for Mr. President in Nigeria. I heard that you've spent more than 5 billion naira on maintaining the jets. I mean, that is just, heck no. And then your spokesman said, no, it's not 5 billion, it's just 2.3 billion. I was like, what? Just 2 billion? That is more than $7 million to maintain private jets. And for God's sake, you don't need to set up a committee because you want to sell jets. Or are they not getting paid? I mean, the committee members. And they know that once the jets are sold, they're no longer getting paid. There will no longer be the need for their service. So don't you think they will stall the process? In this internet age, my guy, you don't need a committee. And I'm not saying that you should use eBay, although eBay may be a good idea. You know, never mind. No, it's not. But you don't need a committee. Number two, Mr. President, stop traveling abroad for medical treatment. Before you became president, you said that you will end medical tourism. Remember? Yes, you did now. And then you said you will make sure that we have good hospitals in Nigeria so people won't have to go abroad to India, to America, or Dubai for treatment. In 2013 alone, Nigerians spent $1 billion on medical treatment abroad. That means we just gave $1 billion to India, America, Dubai, and everywhere else that people go. Now we go to Ghana, we go to South Africa. Despite your promise to end this, your spokesperson came out recently and said that, oh, you only spent 20 million naira on the ear infection that you went to treat in London. I was like, 20 million? Like, father, is that not our money, Mr. President? I mean, that is more than $64,000. No be so. At a time, Mr. President, you spent $64,000 on ear infection. You see, father, these people still don't get it. They don't. You know, that is different from the hotel accommodation and the expenses of taking a private jet to London. Now, since you came back, Mr. President, since you came back from London, what have you put in place to make sure that you won't have to go back to London to spend another 20 million in case you have another ear infection? So you understand? And have you started building ear clinic like the one that you went to in London? You know, have you started building one in Nigeria? Or can you at least buy the equipment that they used in London and put it at the Aso Villa Clinic? You know, the one that we've been spending billions of naira to renovate all these years. Can you buy the equipment and put it there so that next time if you have any ear problem, you just invite the doctor from London, since clearly you don't trust Nigerian doctors, which is a shame. Change begins with you, Mr. President. No more medical tourism. Number three, change begins with you, Mr. President. The moment you stop nepotism in your administration, snap, you don't even hide it. You, my Oga, have appointed a lot of incompetent people in this administration. I mean, look at the sports minister. Look at how he disgraced us during the Olympics. You want to tell me this is the only person that qualifies to be a sports minister in the whole of Nigeria? Haba, the devil is a liar. And how do you appoint an 83-year-old man to lead the Communications Commission? And all these people given top positions. 91 people were given top positions at CBN because they are related to you and your officials. What did you do about it? And that is not to talk about the 300 plus that were given top positions at the Federal Inland Revenue. Like, Mr. President, what did you do about all this? Change begins with you, my Oga. Number four, Mr. President, and this is a very important one. Move closer. It's okay. Why on earth do we need 3.4 billion naira to launch this campaign called Change Begins With Me? Like, what? That's like, who that? Why do you need to spend money to launch this campaign? 3 billion naira. Allegedly, no, sure you understand. Allegedly, but don't quote me. You are a celebrity on the internet. That is all you need. Your spokesman have hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. You yourself have more than 500,000 followers on Twitter. All you have to do is release a video or a speech on Twitter and people will circulate it for you. Wait a minute. So the Minister of Information said that is not correct. That is Malai Mohammed. But why do we even need a campaign? That is what I don't understand. Why are we talking about this? You know, all you need to do is do the right thing, live by example, and people will follow. You don't need this campaign. Now let me talk to our senators, because you know change begins with them as well. And the first change that has to happen with our senators is to reduce their numbers. We don't need 469 lawmakers in Nigeria. I'm telling you, it's better if we have 60 lawmakers that are very effective than all these people that we have at the Senate. Do you guys know that they've been on recess for the past 2 months? They've been on break and they're still getting paid. You know, we see Malaya cruising all over America and he's still getting paid, father. Like, do for Nigeria? I don't know what they do. On top of that, now we are hearing that they have 2,578. I was like, doing what exactly? And all of these aides are getting paid minimum of 950,000 naira per month. That is almost 1 million per month just for the aid. And now they said that, oh, because of recession, they recently reduced it to 400,000 naira per month. These people have insulted us. They poop and they threw it in our faces. 400,000 naira per month just for the aid of the senators. And then do you know the worst thing? The report says that they've employed more than the 2,570 that they are allowed to employ. And those other ones, the extra aids, they are also getting paid. Guess who is paying them? You and I. Your money, the money that they are supposed to use to develop our country. We don't finish. We don't need that many lawmakers in Nigeria. And for God's sake, they don't need that many aids. We need to reduce them, reduce the aids as well. Also, change begins with our religious leaders. Of course, you know I'm coming here. All those men of God that are very rich, riding private jets, riding fancy cars. You tell people that their breakthrough is coming. You tell unemployed members of your church that God will make a way for them. You just pray for them and you leave it as that. And then you turn around to ride in your own private jets and your fancy cars. Kai, I did not read this in the Bible. Even food, when people were hungry around Jesus, he fed them just food. How many churches are feeding the poor today in Nigeria? How many big men of God are helping the poor now in Nigeria? Lastly, change begins with us, the common people as well. Please let us stop worshiping politicians and religious leaders. Please stop worshiping them. They are human beings like you and I. By the way, touch not my anointed never referred to any minister in the Bible. That passage was referring to the people of Israel, the whole nation of Israel. So if you're a Christian, you're also anointed. And not only that, stop defending people that are stealing money just because they're from your tribe or from your hometown. A thief is a thief. And you'll be defending these people on Facebook, on Twitter. But do you ever think that you are where you are because of them? Do you ever think that Nigeria is where it is because of them? The gap between you and them keeps widening. They keep making money. They keep stealing money. You keep defending them. Some of you have never seen 1 million naira in your life, like with your koro eyes. You've never seen 1 million naira before, but you are defending people that are stealing billions of naira. This is what they call mumu. You say, oh, he's not the only one. She's not the only one. People that have pocketed your future. People that have pocketed the future of your children. Some of you have to wake up at 5 a.m. just to get to work on time, knowing that you may not even be paid at the end of the month. Yet you have to go because man must eat, not be so. So it baffles me that people like that will still be defending those that are stealing. Some of you don't know how to pay your school fees. Some of you have to work daytime, nighttime, and part-time and overtime. Yet you are defending these people. I don't understand. Did you guys see that video of young people hailing Bukola Saraki? See me say trouble. They are saying that without Saraki there will be no Nigeria. Hey, who is Saraki? You see, that is the mentality that I'm talking about. Look at these young Nigerians carrying placard in support of Patience Jonathan. They said that EFCC is victimizing the former first lady by freezing her bank account because of money that she cannot account for. Honestly, Faduma Daib says it best. That is the Somali woman that is running for president. She said that if we sit back and believe this hype that we are the leaders of tomorrow, we will not have a tomorrow to lead. And I believe it. If we just sit back and let these people rob our country like they're doing and let them get away with it, there will be no country for us to lead tomorrow. Anyway, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So what is going on in the Democratic Republic of Congo? The presidential election is supposed to be in November of this year. This is September, not be so. We still don't know when the election will happen. There's still no date. I told you guys that Joseph Kabila wants to run for third time, which according to the constitution is not allowed. But you know, like the president of Burundi, the president of Uganda, Rwanda, and Cameroon, and all these countries, he wants to run by fire by force. So instead of announcing the date of the election in November, the Electoral Process Commission came out and said that the election should be postponed till July of next year. I was like, what? Say what? And he's supposed to step down in December. So if the election will be July, who's going to be ruling the country from December to July? That's the question people are asking. They are giving him deadline. In fact, there's a website now where they are giving him a countdown. This is the countdown for Joseph Kabila to step down as the president. People are saying enough is enough. So people know that the president is the one behind it because he wants to run for third time by force. So guess what? what? They started protesting in Kinshasa, demanding that Kabila must step down. And guess what? Police are killing these protesters.
There were ugly scenes in Kinshasa as protesters gathered to demand President Joseph Kabila step down. Banned from running for a third term, his mandate is due to end in December. Security forces fired tear gas to disperse demonstrators on a main road in the capital.
At least 50 people have been killed as of last week. Human Rights Watch said it's 44 people. Opposition members said it's 50 people. And there are other reports claiming that more than 100 people have been killed. So not only are they killing people, but the headquarters of 3 different opposition parties were set on fire. And 2 people were found burnt to death inside those offices. God, when will we get it right in Africa? I still don't understand why policemen would oppress their own people when you have a common enemy sitting at the presidential villa that has refused to leave. You know, Congo is believed to be the richest country in Africa. A lot of people believe that. It's arguably the richest country in Africa when it comes to natural resources, estimated at, guess how much? $24 trillion. $24 trillion is sitting in Congo. And this is what is happening. In such a country that is so rich, I'm tired. You guys not don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So for the rapid news of the week, a quick shout out to all my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters here in New York and those that came from outside New York to protest at the UN last week that Robert Mugabe must go. Like, whoa. The highlight for me was watching people trample on the ZANU-PF rapper that has Mugabe's face on it. They trampled on this thing. They were using it to clean their shoes. I said, look at these Zimbabweans. No respect for Mugabe. Just imagine. So I got to meet a lot of cool people from Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for welcoming your girl. And of course, I finally got to meet the man of God. That is Pastor Evan Mawariri, the pastor that led the This Flag protest in Zimbabwe. He's presently in exile. Kudos to him. We're very proud of what he and other Zimbabweans are doing. Also, a huge shout out to all our African Paralympic athletes. They made us so proud. Oh my God, they did like 10 times better than the able-bodied people. Did you guys notice Nigerian Paralympics got 8 gold medals? What did we get at the Olympics? Like one bronze. No, so what a shame, what a shame. We got 8 gold medals at the Paralympics. We got 2 silver, 2 bronze. South Africa got 7 gold medals. Algeria 4, Egypt 3, Kenya 3, and so on and so forth. Yes, they made us so proud. I love when people beat all odds and prove themselves able. Thank you so much for making us so proud. We're very proud of you guys. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I leave today, I like to read some of your emails, and the first one is from Ungu Chidema, and he says, "Hi Adeola, please help us tell the Enugu State government to repair the old Enugu-Onitsha road that passes through New Market. That road is a death trap." So I found some pictures of the road. I was like, what? Mr. Governor, Your Excellency, in case you're watching, I beg, do something. How long will it take? Don't get me upset. Thank you very much, my brother Ungu, for sending this email. And the second email is from Dr. Adeola Doherty. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I talked about female genital mutilation, and that was why he sent me this email. "Hi Adeola, as a man that has raised 2 beautiful women, I never realized the magnitude of this practice, and I never thought that it was so common in western region of Nigeria until this year when I saw a piece on Channels TV, or maybe it was TVC, that Osun State is #1 in Nigeria with regards to genital mutilation." Yes, it is, and it is such a huge shame. It is a shame. A lot of people assume that FGM is mostly practiced in northern Nigeria, but no, it's so common in Osun State or your Ondo and Ekiti State. Yeah, believe it or not, this thing may be going on in your backyard and you're watching me. So please help me to share that episode that I did on female genital mutilation. You know, the more people know about it, the better, because you never know. You may save a girl, you may save a lady. So please help me to circulate that video. Thanks so much for writing, Dr. Adeola Doherty. And the next email is from Akato Ehikioya, and he sent me a picture. This is the picture that he sent me, and this picture is at Akowojo Bridge towards Oshodi from the roundabout in Lagos. If you take a look at this picture very well, please zoom in, thank you very much. It says that no passing after 3 p.m. Motorists are not supposed to pass the bridge after 3 p.m. Now, if you look at the picture very well, they put the sign after the bar, which means a lot of motorists will not see the sign until they've passed the bar. And once they pass the bar, these people come out charging motorists 10,000 naira. They charge people 10,000 naira for passing the bar, even if they don't end up crossing the bridge. Like, just imagine that exploitation. And then he said it's not only that. On August 16th, I watched the touts forcing on motorists to pay fine when it was not even 3 p.m. It wasn't even 3 p.m. and they're already charging people. It was 2:47 p.m. And when I drew their attention to the time, the touts quickly changed their tune and they said that no, they've changed it to 2:30. It's no longer 3 p.m. You see, Nigerians, they said it's just that it's yet to be effected. So they didn't put 2:30 p.m. but they are charging this guy at 2:47 p.m. Okay, it's not even 3 o'clock. After all was said and done, the guy paid a fine of 10,000 naira and they gave him a receipt. But they refused to put the time of incidents on the receipt. Look at Nigeria. Is somebody watching me that can help the people that pass through this bridge? They need, first of all, they need to put the sign before the bar at which they charge people. Second of all, they are exploiting people at this place. It's not fair. It's not right. I hope that the governor of Lagos would hear about this and do something. Also, before I leave, I'd like to give some shout outs. The first one is to Dr. Boni Ibhawo. That's a Nigerian-born professor at the Department of History at McMaster University in Canada, who recently got inducted into the Royal Society of Canada. Yes, we are so proud of you. Thank you so much, sir, for making us so proud. And a special thanks to Dr. Chidi Ogwamanam. He was earlier inducted into the Royal Society of Canada, and he was the one that sent me this news about the other professors. So thank you so much. And my second shout out goes to Miss Abdulkadir Islamiyat Oluwatoyin, who emerged as the best graduating student at the International University of Africa in Sudan. Yes, so kudos to you, master. And she is so beautiful. You guys don't understand. This lady lost both parents before she was 6. Yet she pulled through, and today making us all so proud. And special thanks to Alhaja Shekina Adekola, who gave her a scholarship for her primary and secondary school education. God bless you. Thank you so much. So that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitroll@gmail.com.
Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out!
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.